Okay, in the last video, we talked about looking at how to evaluate something like this, okay, by writing down the terms. I see 6, I see 3, so I'm going to write down 6 times 5 times 4 over 3 times 2 times 1. Okay, then I will be able to do some cancellation, and then my answer is 20. Okay, a quick check with the calculator will tell me that this is the correct answer. Okay, so let's carry on. Is this always possible? Okay, let's take a look at this. Alright, let's write down as usual. I start with a 3. Where do I stop? I need to have 4 items, right? Times 2 times 1. Then how? Maybe times 0 divided by 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay, what's going to happen is the numerator is just going to become 0, right? Then the denominator is going to give me some number. Then my answer is just going to be 0. Let's try this one again. Okay, 5 items. Maybe -1. Over 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So what is going to happen to the numerator? It's going to become 0 again. Okay, so it doesn't really make sense for us to have this 0, because in the end, once the 0 appears, the whole thing is going to become 0. Okay, so when we write down a notation like this, A, B, okay, we will assume that A must be bigger than B. A must be bigger than B. Okay, otherwise it doesn't make sense. Can A and B be equal? Yes. Okay, it can be equal. For example, 4, 4. What this means is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So 4 items on top, divided by, start with this number, 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Alright, so everything will cancel out to give me a 1 exactly. Alright, so this is something new over here. If I have a notation like that, I know that A must be greater or equal to B. Alright, okay, knowing that, let's move on. If you need some time to copy this down, please pause the video if necessary. Let's go and write down this thing. Let's play with bigger numbers now. Okay, can I give you about 10 counts to write this down yourself? Okay, so I'm gonna have 4 items. Okay, followed by 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay, so that's not a problem. I don't need to evaluate, I just need to write this down. Okay, next one. Okay, so let me give you 10 seconds to write this down. Okay, maybe you would have realized that I need to have... Wow, how many items am I going to write? I'm going to write 40 items. So there's going to be 40 items over here. And how about this one? At the bottom, I'll have 40 times 39 times 38 times so on and so forth. Times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay, so can you see that this is going to be very troublesome for us to write? Okay, so now I'm going to introduce to you a new notation. Okay, so let's say I want to write down 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. This one is going to be simplified into one of these notations. Which one is the most important number here? Okay, for example, over here, right? 4 is the most important number, and then I move this way by subtracting by 1. I'm going to write down the 4 because the 4 is the most important number, and then I'm going to introduce this new notation. It's an exclamation mark. Okay, so how do I pronounce this? This is pronounced as a factorial. Okay, 4 factorial. So when I write this down, I don't say 4. Okay, it's not an exclamation mark in the English sense. It's an exclamation mark telling you that I will multiply by all the numbers that goes all the way down to 1. Okay, so as an example, 5 factorial is going to be 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. 8 factorial is going to be 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay, so now I'm going to use my calculator here to help me. 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. That is going to give me 120. This one, 8 factorial times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay, this gives me, wow, 40,320. Okay, is there an easier way? What if I want to find 10 factorial? Okay, if I want to find 10 factorial, the idea is 10 times 9 times 8, so on and so forth. But I'm going to use my calculator to help me evaluate it now. I'm going to press 10. Okay, those with the sharp calculator, please look for the exclamation mark symbol. Those with the Casio one, okay, you can also find them. Probably need to press the shift or the second function. On the sharp, you have it on the button number 4. Okay, so as you can see, the exclamation mark appears. Let's verify with 8 factorial first. Okay, 8 factorial, we found that the answer is 40,320. There you go, 8 factorial is 40,320. How about the 5 factorial? Oops. 5 factorial gives me 120. How about 10 factorial then? Wow, 3,628,800. Okay, I can go on. 13 factorial is, wow, 6227,020,800. Alright, so the usefulness of this notation is so that I don't have to write down all the numbers behind 13. Okay, but I know this really means 13 times 12 times 11 times 10 times 9 times ... all the way until 3 times 2 times 1. Okay, the convenience of this notation is that I avoid all these things. The calculator is then able to tell us the value by allowing us to press it straight away. Okay, so actually, if I see something like 20 factorial, do you think this is a big or a small number? It is actually extremely large. Okay, if I press the calculator, I see 2 point something something something. This means times 10 to the power of 18, which means I will see 18 digits. 18 digits is very, very long. Huh? Over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I only have 10 digits. This one has 18. Okay, so 20 factorial is very large. How about something like maybe 80 factorial? Is it going to be large? 80 factorial, it is so large, the calculator cannot find and cannot display the number anymore. So 80 factorial is really, really very large. Right, the calculator can only allow us to find up to, let me see, 66 is fine, 67 is fine, 68 is fine, 69 is fine. How about 70? Okay, 70 is the largest I can go for my calculator. Alright, so something new today. If I have a number, factorial, what does it really mean? It means I start from the original number multiplied by the number smaller than it by 1. What is one smaller than r? R minus 1. And then take away 1 again, r minus 2, r minus 3, all the way until 3, 2. Alright, so please write this down. This is something new for this video.